Hello everyone! Today, our video is about nested functions. Ano nga bang nested functions? And how to handle complex or complicated formulas. Nested function is basically a function or functions within another function. And normally, nagne-nest tayo ng function to make our formula dynamic or to help us create a logic that would satisfy the condition of a formula. On this example, we want to evaluate yung test samples natin and determine if within the acceptable values pa siya. If lahat is within the acceptable values, we will add a remark satisfactory. If any of the samples did not um, meet the criteria, then it will be unsatisfactory. And this is the first step that you need to do when working with nested functions. Determine kung ano yung main na formula mo. And here, meron tayong condition and meron tayong dalawang possible outcome. So ang gagamitin natin na function or main function natin is yung if formula. However, it will be difficult for us to evaluate yung samples kasi iba-iba yung data types natin. As you can see, meron tayong numbers, and then meron tayong number na merong greater sign or merong less than sign. Those are already considered as text. And then meron din tayong TNTC, which means two numerous to count. And then specific for Salmonella, we have either absent in 25 grams or present in 25 grams. Now that we identified ano yung mga data type natin, we need to identify naman yung mga category nila. So meron lang naman tayong dalawang category, numbers and text. So unahin natin yung numbers dahil madali lang mag-evaluate kapag numbers ang value natin. Example, equals, yung value natin is less than 100,000. So meron agad tayong result, which is true. Meaning, satisfactory itong sample na to for APC. But we need to evaluate the other samples as well. For now, copy natin yung formula pababa. And as you can see, nagfa-false siya rito for the value na less than sign and also for T and TC. And for that, we will create our formula for text naman since meron na tayong formula for numbers. And this is my first step when working with nested functions. Kapag mag-add ka ng another function or kapag mag-nest ka ng function, try mo muna siya sa ibang row at para at least hindi ka nalilito and at the same time na tatrack mo kung ano na yung nangyayari dun sa formula mo. So again, meron na tayong formula for the numbers. Let's create a formula for the text naman. Meron tayong tatlong klaseng text values. Isa na merong greater sign, isa na merong less than sign, and isa na may TNTC. And since multiple yung criterias natin, ang gagamitin naman nating nested function ngayon is ifs function. Another tip, especially for ifs, kapag gagamitin nyo tong formula na to, use yung function helper. So just type the formula first and then click on this fx button. And there you go. So, ang first criteria natin is find T and TC. Saan natin siya hanapin? Of course, dun sa test sample natin. Kapag true, ang magiging result natin is false. Kasi nga, sabihin hindi siya pumasa or hindi acceptable yung values niya. I-close lang natin yung find function natin with if error 0, and then copy lang natin ito. So next logical test is find yung greater sign. So kapag may greater sign, false as well. Kasi nga, bagsak yung values. And then last condition is yung less than sign. And kapag may less than sign, ang value natin will be true. Kasi pasado yon. Okay? It's NA kasi nga hindi naman text itong value natin. So copy natin yung formula pababa. And there you go. So sa mga row na may lumabas na true or false, that means that those rows are text values since ang formula na to is for text. Now, meron na tayong formula for text and meron na rin tayong formula for number. Ngayon, ang gagawin naman natin is i-combine natin yung dalawang formula. So again, i-try muna natin siya sa ibang row. And ang magiging formula natin is equals if yung value natin is number, ano yung i-evaluate natin kung number ba yung value? Of course, yung sample. Ano yung value pag true? For now, lagyan muna natin ng 1. And then ang value pag false is 2. Okay? And ang gagawin natin is ililipat natin yung formula natin. Yung mga unang formula na ginawa natin. So, first yung number. Pag magka-copy ng formula, click yung F2 or doon ka mismo sa formula bar. Copy, escape, and then papalitan natin yung value ng number 1. So, na-add na natin yung condition for the number. And then we can go ahead and delete these. And then yung formula naman for text. Okay? And then palitan natin yung number 2. There you go. So ngayon, pwede na nating i-delete ito. Kasi nakagawa na tayo ng combined formula for text and for numbers. I-move na natin ito dito for now. And then copy natin yung formula pababa. And there you go. Now it's making more sense. Let's try to evaluate. So in this sample, 200 less than 100,000 siya. So satisfactory pa rin siya for that. Pag less than 10, so it's also satisfactory. And then for T and TC, nag-fall siya kasi nga unsatisfactory na siya. Now keep in mind na ang formula na to is for APC only. So we also need to create a formula for coliform, staph, yeast, molds, bacillus, and salmonella. So again, let's test the formula first on another row. So we have the formula for APC already. Let's do a formula for coliform. Copy lang natin yung formula. And then palitan natin yung reference. So ngayon, of course, ang i-evaluate natin is F10 naman. And ang required value niya is 10 only. There you go. And as you can see, more than 10 yung value nito, kaya nag-false na siya. Okay. And let's do the same for the rest of the samples. For salmonella, meron lang tayong dalawang logical test. So either merong word na absent or wala. So ang magiging formula natin dyan is find yung word na absent. Saan natin siya hanapin? Dun sa sample natin. Now, the problem with the find function, wala siyang error handling. So, kailangan pa natin siyang in-nest with if error. So, kapag nag-error yung find function natin, meaning walang word na absent, then we will add 0. And as you can see, nag-number 1 siya kasi nga meron siyang word na absent. Ngayon, meron na tayong criteria, pwede na nating in-nest to with the if function. So if yung formula na to is greater than 0, then our value will be true or passing, not false. Enter. Let's drag the formula down, and there you go. Ngayon, na-evaluate na natin yung mga data samples natin. Pwede na natin siyang i-compare lahat. And ano yung formula na gagamitin natin para i-compare lahat ng values na ito? We will use the AND function. So, AND, yung first data sample natin is equals to true. Second logical test natin, yung pangalawang sample is also equals to true. And so on. Ngayon, nakagawa na tayo ng logical test para i-compare lahat ng sample values natin. Pwede na natin siya ngayon in-nest doon sa if function natin. If, ito na yung magiging main function natin. Yung end, yung pag-compare natin sa lahat ng values is equals to true. Kapag lahat yan is true, ang magiging value natin will be satisfactory. If not, unsatisfactory. There you go. Now we determined na unsatisfactory yung first sample natin and also the second sample. Third and fourth sample are satisfactory and fifth sample is unsatisfactory. Since we were able to satisfy yung main function natin, ngayon pwede na nating ilipat itong mga arguments na to doon sa functions. So, copy lang natin yung formula. And this is for M9. So, papalitan natin yung M9 dito. Sorry, M10. And we'll do the same for V10. And now na nalipat na natin lahat ng formula natin dito sa main formula natin, pwede na nating i-delete ito. And then we will move this to column L. Since dito naman talaga dapat siya nakalagay. Control X, enter, and then palitan na natin to. And there you go. And then we just need to copy the formula down. And if you notice, napakahaba ng formula. Sobrang overwhelming nito. And one of the way to manage this is through Alt-Enter. So this is one way for you to organize yung formula para at least mahihimay-himay mo siya or ma-differentiate mo kung para saan ba yung mga formula na to. For example, gusto nating ihiwalay yung formula for the first sample, punta ka lang dun sa pinakadulo ng formula, and then Alt Enter. And do the same for the rest of the samples. And there you go. And as you can see, it's still overwhelming kasi mahaba yung formula. But now, you will be able to identify kung anong part ng formula yung per line. I'm not really a fan of this. That's why my next step for handling complex formulas is through the use of helper columns. And yung helper columns is exactly what we did earlier. So let me undo. Okay. Itong mga ginawa natin na to evaluate yung mga samples natin, these are called helper columns. What will happen is it can simplify our formula and I'll show you how. So, ang mangyayari, ikikip natin itong mga helper column na to. Normally, yung mga helper columns nakatago lang siya. And this is also the only time that you can manipulate your data. Remember, never to tamper yung data na galing dun sa mga stakeholders. So if in case that you need to manipulate yung data mo, gumawa ka ng helper column. So let's name our helper column so alam natin kung para saan siya. So this one is for APC. This is for staff, for yeast, molds, bacilli, and salmonella. And how this helper columns can help us. Itong formula na nilagay natin na kinopya natin from each column, pwede na nating i-delete yan. So, ang mangyayari, pwede na tayong mag-direct evaluate using our helper columns. So, and then yung mga helper columns natin is equals to true. If yes, satisfactory. If not, unsatisfactory. And there you go. So from a very long, complex, and complicated formula, naging ganito na lang siya. And remember to always hide your helper column kasi hindi natin gustong makita yan ng stakeholders natin. And again, we can go ahead and move this formula now dito sa remarks portion natin. Copy the formula and then delete yung mga test formulas natin. And there you go. I hope I was able to explain it properly. If you have questions, please comment on the video.